There's a narration from the Sahabi Abu Umama radiyallahu ta'ala anhum, whereby he said, and this is to depict for us and illustrate for us how shaitan strives to cause there to be discord between husband and wife. And so to know that, yes, when you go through difficulties and you're thinking about divorce and breaking up your family, know that this is from the tactics of shaitan. That the shaitan would not be more happy and it would not be happier than to destroy your family and to cause you to split. So Abu Umama radiallahu anhu, he says, verily, shaitan comes to your bed after your wife has made it and prepared it and throws a stick, a stone, or something similar on it to make the husband angry with his wife. So if someone finds this, meaning if someone now finds that they've become angry suddenly, have become angry with their wife, let him not be angry with his wife, for it is the work of shaitan. Know that shaitan is haris in causing you to split, in causing you to destroy your families, from the most little of things, from the smallest of affairs. The shaitan works hard to destroy families. Likewise, a well-known hadith of Abu Musa radiallahu anhu, whereby he said that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, when shaitan, meaning Iblis, awakens in the morning, he dispatches his troops, any other shayateen, saying, whoever misguides a Muslim today, I will dress him with a crown. So shaitan dispatches, he sends off his shayateen, seeking for each one of them to misguide someone, a Muslim. And the reward is that they will receive a crown on their head if they do so. So this one will go out and say, I did not leave him alone until he divorced, and say, I did not leave him alone until he divorced his wife. I did not leave him alone until he divorced his wife, whispering to him, she is this and she is that, and she doesn't listen to you, and she has an attitude, and why didn't she make your food when why didn't she make your bed, why didn't she making you think of your wife constantly in a negative way. Shaitan whispers. This one will come and say, I did not leave him alone until he disrespected his parents. Another great sin. Disrespecting one's parents is from the major sins. Tayyib. Shaitan will say, a Muslim is about to be good to his parents. This one will come and say, I did not leave him alone until he committed idolatry. And he committed shirk. Shaitan will say, you. He will say, you. Another will come and say, I did not leave him alone until he committed adultery. Shaitan will say, you. This one will come and say, I did not leave him alone until he killed someone. So murder, another major sin. Shaitan will come and say, you. Then he will dress him with a crown. The order is in this narration is incorrect, but however, the one who is crowned is the one who, we mentioned first, caused the Muslim to divorce his wife. That all of these other things, falling into shirk, murder, all of these other things, shaitan did not crown them. Rather, he crowned the one who caused a man to divorce his wife. That illustrates for us how much shaitan values the broken family. And that is why that shaitan, the one who caused the man to divorce his wife, was the one that was valued the most and honored with a crown. And the reason for that is, it does not mean that someone divorcing his wife is worse than shirk, or worse than murder, or worse than these other things. What it means is that when shaitan causes a man to divorce his family or his wife, and the family now becomes broken, all of these other sins become inevitable, because the family is now broken, and this is just one family, and then another family, and another family. And when divorce increases in societies in this nature, what happens is all kinds of evil spreads. All kinds of misguidance happens when the household is broken. And so we shouldn't understand this hadith to mean that divorce is worse than murder and the like, but rather that when divorce happens, we see it today, that some boys who grow up without their fathers and become lost and end up in the streets, they start falling into murder and other kinds of crimes of that nature. And so when families are broken, expect everything. Expect everything, especially in these societies. Especially when you live in the West, where all of these things are prevalent, all of these, immoral acts and all of these evil things are prevalent and popular and present. If the family is broken, then that just opens the door for all kinds of misguidance. We find Muslims leaving Islam, apostating. We find Muslims becoming a part of the LGBTQ community. We find Muslims committing suicide. We find Muslims today overdosing from drugs in their own homes, some of them. We find Muslims killing one another. We find all kinds of sins. We find anything you can think of. Every sin you can think of. At the top of it, kufr and disbelief. We find Muslims becoming Christians. All of this exists. So, if now that doesn't illustrate to us, and that doesn't tell us the importance of marriage, and the importance of keeping the family bond strong, and keeping the family together, and how parents should strive to the utmost of their ability to be patient and to overlook as much as they're possibly able, for the sake of their children and for the sake of preserving the household, so that these children do not fall into these types of things that we're talking about, these social issues that we're talking about, and become statistics, so that they don't turn into statistics, drug abuse or suicide or incarceration and the like. We'll conclude with that with regards to this first lecture.